This is Homegrown Radio. We're doing a special segment here with Mr. Jon Young. Welcome in, sir.
Howdy.
We have teamed up with the Stephenville Empire-Tribune because they kind of feel like you and I do as far as supporting these local talents, and you have been a local talent for a long time.
I've been around here for many a year.
Many a year, not as long as I have,
No,
so at
probably
least
not
I'll
as
make you
long as
feel a
you
little younger. But our new segment we're thinking of calling the Homegrown Artist of the Week.
I think that's awesome. That's a
And
good idea.
yeah, we couldn't think of anybody better than you, to bring this back.
Well, that's an honor. Thank you.
And you have worked tirelessly to help others just as much as yourself. And we talked about the Jon Young jams and what a big success that was
Those were really good times.
back in the day.
Oh yeah, lots
People
of fun.
cried when you ended it.
Everything has to come to an end. For sure.
But we understood why you were going off to other places and letting other people enjoy your music. And
Well, at the time we had run it so hard and had a lot of fun with it, but it kind of just run its course. So it was one of those. It was bittersweet when I stopped doing that. But it just kind of had to happen. It was just one of those
just the right
things.
time.
It was the right time. Yeah, that was it.
But so many of the guys that are, popular bands right now and that are taking off are the guys that you were bringing in no one had ever heard of.
Yeah. A lot of those guys got their start playing in front of larger audiences at that open mic, which is awesome.
That was your whole plan too, because you did it reverse. Because you would bring in a special guest, and you and that person would play first. Like
Yes.
you put yourself as the opener
Right.
for the open mic guys.
Well, it was a ploy to get people there at first, because the original one where we started getting actual really big audiences, we brought Clayton Landy out of retirement.
Right.
And so Clayton Landy from 6 Market Boulevard comes in, and we knew it was going to be packed, but it was capacity, and then there was a huge line at the door, people waiting to get in, and that kind of kicked off the whole thing. So the artist, it was more fun for me to do it early and then just spend the rest of the night enjoying the open mic,
Well, and I tell you, right about the time that I guess you had ended that was when your new album came out and just took off like crazy.
Yeah.
And how's that been going for you?
It's been going well. We stay busy, just stay out on the road, and right now we're number 53 on the TR3 charts, and number, I think, 42 on the CD Traction.
Man, that's awesome.
So, yeah, that's really cool. So that's Rebel and Relics is doing really well right this minute. We're going to release another single here pretty quick.
Well, I've noticed you've been playing further out and further out and further out. But I think that's important, that we have so much good talent here, but everybody goes out and spreads the word about Stephenville and about Erath County and how much talent's here.
Oh yeah, well it's definitely the word is out, because more times than not, I'll be somewhere and someone will come up and they'll find out I'm from Stephenville, and they talk about it like it's Nashville, and
Right.
it's like, man, you guys have all the music there.
It's like the new Austin, man.
Yeah, I can't believe all these bands that are coming out of Stephenville. Yeah, pretty neat.
It's the new Austin, just not as weird.
Growing up here and watching the music scene like I have throughout the years, it's always surprising to me when I hear that. I know it's a good music scene and we have a good time, but it's not without its troubles and hardships.
Right.
And we fought for every inch of it that we've gotten over the years. It's been a really interesting time for sure.
Now, I heard rumor from one of the fans that y'all have been dubbed as the Villians. Is this a thing, or is this just something the fans started?
I think it's something that the fans started. I think Brandon Summerfield may have been involved in that pretty heavily. Yeah, but there's definitely a scene here, and the people that do write songs and play music here, they're a whole different breed. They're very dedicated in what they're doing, and it's awesome. We've got some great music coming up, Stephenville.
Can you name a few of them that played out there at your thing before they took off?
Well, Giovanni Inez,
Yeah.
Shay Abshire, Thomas Knapp, Co Wetzel came out, played those originally.
Yeah. That was before he even blew up.
It's awesome. The people that we got going, Jackie Darlene, Kinsey Coppin. All these people all used to come mill around there and play music. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it seemed like every week it was more and more artists.
Right.
Like the artists became the fans also.
Yes. Yeah, and that was the neat part about it to me, was that there was such a love from the music community. and then we had people that would come out every week, like Paul Grubbs,
right,
and Eric Luck. Some of those guys, they would come out every week to see the music, and they'd stay all night long. That would be starting at 8 and ending at midnight, and they'd be there all night long.
Just to hear the music.
Just to hear the music and the different musicians.
And what I like too is you brought in musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you going to do that again? Because I know you had like a fiddle player who's playing with Kyle Park now.
Yes, yeah, that's
there
right.
every week.
Yeah, Ben McPherson. Yeah, at the time I think he was playing with Steve Helms.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So
he'll definitely come out again. If he's around, he loves doing that. A lot of those guys treat it like it's kind of like woodshedding a little bit. They come in and we're not paying them outrageous amounts of money to come do it. They do it because they love it.
Yeah.
And so they'd come in and they'd play with all these different artists and just hone in their craft and get very good at what they were doing. So I enjoyed that. I think that was a lot of fun. Here's the neat part to me, to see the look in these guys' eyes that have never played with a steel guitar, and then Bobby Texas jumps up there and starts playing over their song that they wrote. It's a very neat experience. You have it's fun.
He even let me do it once. Once though.
Joey's done it several times.
I had instrument problems. I had feedback issues.
Well, I think a lot of that had to do with that crowd and the room and all of that.
If I just had a more expensive guitar, I would have been fine. That's all I needed. But you are bringing the Jon Young jams back, right?
I am.
This time to Twisted J, to the Twist.
I am, and we're going to start those off May 9th.
And we're going to broadcast that live, right?
Yes.
So
I think we should. I
think so too.
We're right here with the studio.
Yeah, it just makes sense.
It just makes sense.
It's easier now than before. So.
Yeah, we used to broadcast out of Legends, and it was amazing the people that listened to that thing. We had a really good audience.
Yeah, so we can do this for all these people that listen all around the world. They can hear live from the Cowboy Capital. Jon Young jams. There's some great talent that's probably going to be the next big thing.
Well, we did a trial run of it the other day, and that's probably, I guess that's been a week ago.
Right.
And we had 20 people show up just to play, and then a packed room. So there's definitely a need for it, and open mic is one of those things, if you can run it correctly, the artists appreciate it. They love the chance to be able to play for their peers and go out and just it's not working. You're not playing for 2 hours. You're not having to do something for money. You just go up there and whatever you feel like. If it's a brand new song that you just wrote, you play it. If it's an old cover that you like to play, you play it. Whatever you want to do, it's just up to you.
I love it. Well, I'm so excited that you're bringing this back for other artists.
Me too.
And of course, I'm glad that you are pushing new music. You got this album out.
Yes, and I'm actually working on another album at this time.
Already?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Well, I've just got it in.
Like 10 songs a day. Well, Jon, thank you for everything you do for the community here. I know you volunteer for a lot of things as well, and that you give up your time to go do that for people in this community. And even though you've doing all these big things, you always make time for.
Well, Stephenville's my home. This is born and raised. This town means a lot to me.
In fact, if you ask him why he wrote Rebel and Relics, I still remember a phone call one day. At least for part of it. I get a phone call from Jon. He's like, "Did you see they're tearing our elementary school down?"
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
That's kind of where part of that came from.
Oh, it's totally where part of that came from. There was a lot of that going on in Stephenville, and it has for a long time. There's so many things that mean a lot to the locals that don't mean anything to somebody that's planning a new shopping center, in another city somewhere else. So I think that's happening all over, though. That's not just a Stephenville problem at all.
Yeah, that's all over the world.
That's all over the world. Yeah. It's out with the old and in with the new.
Yeah. For more information, listen to Rebel and Relics. Thank you, Jon. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jon Young, go check him out. And we'll have more for you next week with another homegrown artist brought to you by the Stephenville Empire-Tribune.